Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a garden friend. Okay, so we are going to be in the shade garden today. I'm excited about this. This is the entrance to my shade garden. It is probably one of my favorite places in the entire garden. And I built it from scratch. This is not a shaded area. I had to install some sails and that kind of stuff. And I love it so much. It is lush, it is full, it's so beautifully green, lots of texture. So what we need to do today is we're really just kind of doing some pruning, moving some stuff around, checking on things, seeing how everything's going. So let's go see what it's like. So I'm definitely obsessed with my entrance, which is looking really nice. I did plant a snapdragon vine over here. It's in a pot back here, and you can see how beautifully it's grown in, especially with all the crystals in between it. And it is an annual, so it will die back. But I love it, especially for these sweet, tiny little purple blooms. I got this at the Collin County Master Gardeners garden show that they had in the earlier spring. I bought this from one of the vendors, but love it. And it's coming in latch. And I really will say, oh, looks like we had some issues with spider mites right there. That tracks though. Okay, I will say I haven't spent a lot of time in here as of late, so I'm kind of excited just to get in and check things out. Let's see, over here we have a lot of Hookras. Let me back up. A lot of Hookras that need to be deadheaded. We've got just some weeds in different places. Like I said, I just noticed this guy right here is a New Guinea impatiens, and it has been overcome by spider mites, so cutting that back would be good. Just cleaning up the potting bench. I need to do some selective pruning over here on the Oakleaf Hydrangea. Just doing some cleanup. There's a Calathea back here that needs to be dealt with. There's some other things that are just like hydrangeas that have fallen just really far over, so I can't get through on my path. But let's go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to work on this area first so it's easier for me to move throughout the space. Okay, I'm going to start first with this Oakleaf Hydrangea, doing some selective pruning. And I have one like major larger stem, but it's coming like across. So, but I think I like that this stem is my main stem. So I am going to come in here, I'm going to prune back a few of these that are really hiding some of the other plants. And then I think I'm going to get a stake, and I'm going to stake this into place. Got a few other ones, like I don't like this one. It's coming across. This one is coming all the way across the branch. Now you can kind of see better what's going on here. And I've got some smaller stalks, and I'm really trying to train this more like a tree when the time comes. So I do want some of these lower pieces off. So I'm just going to open this up a little bit so you can see better. So I can see, but y'all can see too. All right, let me go get a stake to put that into position. All right, this is gonna look crazy. So this thing, it's a piece of wrought iron with curls on it. This is actually from my wedding, and I was a sculpture major, and I made a bunch of these quote unquote trees. And And I wrapped them with lights and tulle and fall leaves and all this stuff, and they were decor for my wedding. So I've still got one of these, and it is massive. I think I'm going to put it in here, and I think it's going to be a little hard. I think, though, it will work out really great because it's massive. I don't know how. Oh, you know what? I won't be able to get it all the way down in here because, okay, I understand. Because I've also got big giant logs when I originally created this garden. All right. Oh, okay. All right, so I've kind of got it worked into here like that. Cool. All right, and then I can bring this branch back this direction. That really kind of opens up the area. Now I know I'm forcing that branch backwards at a curve. Truthfully, I'm not super worried about it. And honestly, if it broke and I had to like regrow all my limbs, I wouldn't be disappointed too. I'd be fine. Yeah, I like it. All right, that gives me an opportunity to kind of get in here a little bit too. I need to go get a bin for all this. Okay, I think that goes a long way to opening that up. All right, and then over here, right here is a calla lily that was new this year. And I'm going to prune off some of the leaves that are falling really far forward or don't look as nice. Like some of these are really tattered. I know this looks intense, but it should push some new leaves and some new growth. It hasn't been pruned all season. Okay. That definitely opens things up in here so I can see a little bit better about what's going on. That looks nice. Okay. So right here is a leopard plant that is doing beautifully. And I thought it wasn't coming back this year, but it ended up coming back and I was so thrilled, which is awesome. I also have a spotted leopard plant. So I'm just cleaning up a few of those as well as a few over here on this side so I can better see this planter. Just opening that up a little bit. Okay, over here we have, move this out of the way, hydrangea. These were Mother's Day hydrangeas that I bought on clearance years ago. And they are having some little bit of chlorosis issues. Actually, this one specifically, this is a massive plant that is in a little tiny container. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to trim out a bunch of these old branches just to make room so I can actually like get in here. And then we're going to make some more strategic cuts just to reduce the size of this a little bit. And every time I'm cutting above a leaf node. Okay, so already that goes a long way to opening it up. I'm not ready to let go of the blooms yet. I still think that they're really pretty and I'd like to keep them a little bit longer. It definitely opens up my pathway. And I do think that this needs to be on my radar for repotting. I think it's something that needs to be done as well. Japanese maple is looking really pretty and very happy. Okay, let me shift y'all over this direction. Okay, also real quick, over here it's really nice and dry now. I had found a leak. As we make our way this way is very, very muddy, which tells me I think we have an additional leak here. So I'll have to talk to my husband about that. He's better at detecting the leaks than I am. Also, I just don't like doing it. And he doesn't mind doing it. Let's just get it straight in that I don't really care to do it. All right, let's work on this Silby. So this Silby is called Blue Boy and is the first time I was able to grow a Silby from bare root and it came back. Very exciting, which is also why I started a bunch of Silby from seed, because I would like to have lots of them. But its blooms are done for the season. They're still actually really pretty. But I want to go ahead and cut the blooms back. I'm going to cut back some of the foliage, and this will die back to the ground at this point. It's hard on it in these hot, hot summers. So let's deal with that. But how about that picture? Isn't that beautiful? With my little sculpture back there. So I'm just going to follow the stem down and cut it all the way to the base of the plant. And you could pull these and dry these with you if you want. I don't want to. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to deadhead some of the rougher looking leaves. Deadhead. Prune. That's what I meant. It's not going to be perfect, but we'll clean it up a little bit. Just like that. Yeah, I'm so excited that that did well this year. Do also have a Dicentra over here, and he's already died back for the summer. So pull that out of there. Okay, the top of the planter is looking beautiful. This is a variegated fig, which is lovely. This is a dragon wing begonia. I think I'm gonna cut that guy off so we can see a little bit better. All right, so I think opening this up is going to help it a little bit. I am going to do a little bit of a general pruning across this area, not because it absolutely has to have it, but more because I need to be able to see what's going on a little bit better. So we've also got some really leggy Tradescantia back here. So I'm going to do a little bit of pruning on that just to kind of get it a little more focused. Okay, the oxalis has gone dormant. The Veronica Waterberry Blue is this cascading right here. That's looking really, really pretty. Happy with that. The begonias I have in here, I don't really see them. So I guess they're not doing as well. I mean, I have a couple that are up higher. The Tradescantia, the Sauna. This is the Tradescantia. It's very, very happy. And I will take cuttings of this to be able to have it for next year because it does die back, especially in a container in my area. Yeah. I wish there wasn't like such a big hole like right here, but I mean, that seems silly to complain about that. This is that oxalis. I think I'm going to cut it back. I wonder if now that I've cut back the leopard plant and the Calathea, if it will get a little bit more breathing room and do better. I think this space is looking nice though. I like it. Okay, over here I have some Hookra that needs its blooms cut out. Now this is the only way that I have figured out for Hookra to do okay for me, and that is in a container. It does not do well in ground or raised beds for me, but in a container it does beautifully, and I really like that color foliage right there. Okay, now this container right here I've been wanting to move. I was chatting with my patrons about it. Let me show you what my thoughts are. Okay, I recently did this video with my patrons where we replanted this 3-tiered shade planter, and it is gorgeous. It's looking beautiful. And I have this opening now here, and so I was thinking about moving this washstand pot over to that empty space, and then this space where the pot is, I want to move a giant white planter that will hold an additional Japanese maple when the time comes. And the patrons really like that idea. So I thought, let's go ahead and get this moved over. All right, this is hooked up to irrigation. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut the irrigation as close as I can down here, and then where I can just, ooh! All right, good times. I'm going to cut that so that I can now lift up this entire container to move it. And I think I'm going to put this on the ground and then move this, and then we'll come back. And of course, looks like these are all linked through it. We'll have to move some stuff. And then I'm wondering if while I'm at it, if I want to move these other two containers. Before I put this back on, I'm going to cut these lines, cap them, and move them over here. Everything in this garden has to be on drip because I forget. So I just cut the lines. I left a little bit, and I'll put a goof plug in there to cap those off, and then I'll re-plug up over here. Okay. And then for these existing lines, I'm just using a straight line coupler to go on the end that I cut. And then I will just poke a hole in the existing drip line that goes all the way around the shade garden, and then pop it in place. Crazy wind today. All right, let me close the door so y'all can see. So now that space, I think that works really nicely, really pretty. Like how it goes from tall to shorter. Then it's opened up here, which I think is lovely. And then turn. Now this space is completely open, which is awesome because I have a big, beautiful pot that would like to go there, and it has been sitting in the garage. We're not going to do that today, but now I actually have a place for it, so that is super exciting. All right, I'm about to trim this guy back, but I wanted to show you what it looks like when it's been overtaken by spider mites. So we'll cut it back and see if it happens to come back. I don't think it will, but let's do that. Okay, next thing I need to do, get things a little more straightened up over here. These bins right here are where I keep all of my parts for drip irrigation. Okay, The last area I'm going to look at is over here. I've had some issues with my clematis. You can see I lost some, but I don't want to go and cut out the ones I've lost because I don't know if I'm cutting out the wrong thing. So I'm just going to leave it for now. I will say that Begonia looked a little worse for wear. I still think that this guy is going pretty strong. I think I'm just going to leave it. I mean, I know it's not perfect, but I think it's still pretty. And I like seeing the red. And just cut off a leaf or two. Over here, cut off a few leaves, just get this cleaned up a little bit. This right here is a dicentra. There's not really much to do over here, actually. I'm going to redirect some of this Tradescantia a different direction. Just so we can see a little bit more of it. Okay. Feeling good. Got cleaned up. You can see how much more open it is now with the Oakleaf Hydrangea. The goal getting the Oakleaf Hydrangea to grow up. Trim back that gorgeous calla lily. It's just been such a joy to have this year. I'm excited to have it in the future. Cleaned up this area. Now the path is more open. Japanese maple is happy. Bench is still messy, but such is the life. We cut back the impatiens that was covered in spider mites. Here's another view of the gorgeous, let me get a little closer, of the snapdragon vine. I'm kind of obsessed with it, I'm not gonna lie. These little purple flowers are just everything. It feels very fairy-esque. And then let me close the door. And then we have this new area over here. These are all hooked up to drip irrigation. So is this guy. And for the patrons, look how beautifully that is filled in. It's lovely. I think it's looking good, y'all. Okay, feeling really good about it. I love my shade garden. I just love it. I love how it's filling in. Another year or so and it's just going to be bonkers awesome. This entrance is another project I'm going to work on in the future. Definitely want some amazing climbing roses. I've already got climbing roses coming this way. This is in America climbing roses. And there actually is a garden bed down here that I would like to plant up. I don't know if I'm going to plant up directly into the bed or if I'm going to do containers. I haven't decided. I love containers. The entire shade garden is containers, so I like the idea of like this collection of containers right as you're walking in to kind of set the mood to go in here. So that'll be fun to explore in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you're doing, what you're working on. It's hot for me, so that's why a shade garden felt like the right place to be today. As always, make sure you like and comment on the video. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow the video so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below, letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and you say hi. I'm tired, y'all. Oh, okay, and be sure to check me out, my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. It is all things She's a Mad Gardener, all things gardening. It's just a group of people that what's really nice is we're all kind of just getting to know each other, which is really nice. Getting to know about each other's gardens, posting about different stuff that's happening. It's kind of just more of an intimate setting, and it's like gardening friends. Like that's what it is. It just feels like gardening friends, which is awesome. And they're my go-to people now. So when I'm thinking things or take pictures of things or have questions, I go immediately to them, which is really, really great. There is a free tier that you can join in under, and there are additional paid tiers that you can join in under. The higher up you are in the tiers, the more access you get, including exclusive videos like that 3-tiered planter. I did the whole video of planting that up, and that was just for my Bloom Buddy tier of patrons, so it was really fun. There's also group chats and photo sharing. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.